Dear students, welcome to the third video of second series in which today we are going to discuss the life and achievements of two great contemporary Indian scientists. First, Dr. Prafull Chandra Ray, the father of Indian chemistry, and second, Dr. Panchanan Maheshwari, the father of Indian plant embryology. So let us start this informative presentation. Prafull Chandra Ray. He was born on 2nd August 1861 in Khulna district, which is presently in Bangladesh. He studied in the renowned Hare and Albert School at Calcutta. In 1882, he got selected for the Gilchrist Scholarship. With the aid of this scholarship, he was able to pursue higher studies and go abroad, and he took admission in Edinburgh University, which is in Scotland. He became inclined towards chemistry due to the influence of famous professors like James Walker, F.R.S. Alexander Smith and Marshall. He was interested in science, but particularly he got inclined towards chemistry because of the famous teachers, because of the influence of these teachers. He was also elected as the vice president of Edinburgh University Chemical Society in 1888, which is a great reputation for an Indian person in those empirical times. After finishing his education in 1888, Dr. Prafull Chandra Ray once again returned to India and he joined Presidency College in Calcutta in 1889, but as a temporary assistant professor of chemistry. Right, now why this happened, let us see, because this changed everything. Dr. Ray, even after having excellent and superior educational credentials or qualification, was not able to secure a higher position because of discrimination. He had very good, excellent educational qualification, credentials, but still he was not able to secure a higher position in the Presidency College. Why? Because there was discrimination. Discrimination मतलब भेदभाव था. Now you know that in 1888 India was, or in 1889 India was under the colonial rule of Britishers. So the Britishers didn't allow an Indian with a higher education to become a senior authority in the chemistry department compared to the Britishers who were teaching at that time. And when he complained about this discrimination to a top British official, he got a reply that if you are so capable, then why don't you open or do your own business? तो उनको क्या रिमार्क मिला, उनको क्या रिप्लाई मिली व्हेन ही कंप्लेंड अबाउट दिस डिस्क्रिमिनेशन, कि अगर तुमको लगता है तुम इतने ही होशियार हो, तुम इतने ही कैपेबल हो, तो क्यों तुम अपनी एक खुद की इंडस्ट्री या खुद का एक काम क्यों नहीं कर लेते. राइट, सो दिस वाज द रिप्लाई ही got from that British official. Right, so you can see that it is not always the bright side which is there. He struggled a lot. Now he was a Bengali educationalist, historian, industrialist and philanthropist. He was a leading Bengal nationalist and is regarded as the father of Indian chemical science. The Royal Society of Chemistry honored his life and work with the first ever chemical landmark plaque outside Europe. See, what is a chemical landmark plaque? It is like a badge which is given for excellence in achievement in chemistry. So it was the first badge which was present outside Europe, right? And it was basically given to Prafull Chandra Ray. He was also the founder of Bengal Chemicals and Pharmaceuticals, which we are going to discuss in detail. In 1896, he published on paper the presentation of a new stable chemical compound which was known by the name of mercurous nitrite. So this was the discovery. He is the author of a famous book, A History of Hindu Chemistry from the earliest time to the middle of 16th century. So all these were basically the achievements of Prafull Chandra Ray. Now he was so anguished by the remark made by the top British official that he decided to start his own venture. Venture means खुद का उद्योग लगाना, खुद की एक कंपनी उन्होंने लगाने के निश्चय किया. In 1892 he started Bengal Chemicals and Pharmaceuticals with a very small capital of just 800 rupees to manufacture medicines. So he then decided, and ultimately in 1892 with a working capital of just 800 rupees started Bengal Chemicals and Pharmaceuticals to manufacture medicines. फर्स्ट ही मैन्युफैक्चर्ड हर्बल मेडिसिन. शुरुआत में उन्होंने इन द बिगनिंग ही स्टार्टेड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हर्बल मेडिसिन एंड देयर आफ्टर ही वेंट टू द more modern type of medicines which are known as the allopathic medicines. Right, Bengal Chemicals and Pharmaceuticals became a successful venture and it inspired many other Indian entrepreneurs to start their own chemical and pharmaceutical industries or units. And he died on 19th June 1944 at an age of 81 years. So that was unfortunate. So this is basically a tribute to the Acharya Prafulla Chandra Ray. You can see Bengal Chemicals and Pharmaceutical. These are the present day product of the industry, that is Bengal Chemical and Pharmaceutical. Phenyl is there, naphthalene balls, cantharidin hair oil which is very famous, right? And this is the building which was the earlier building, the old building. Prafull Chandra Ray, right? Now what were his achievements? He published nearly 150 research papers during his lifetime. 150 research papers. Right, he discovered a new stable compound, mercurous nitrite, in 1896. Prafull Chandra Ray was interested in ancient text, and after much research he published his famous book, The History of Hindu Chemistry, in 2 volumes. First came up in 1902 and the second volume in 1908. And in this beautiful text book, he detailed the extensive knowledge of metallurgy. What is metallurgy? Metallurgy is the process of extraction of pure metal from its mineral ores, and medicine in the ancient India, and the medicine, how medicines were made in ancient India. So all these details he compiled from the historic texts, right, and compiled them in 2 volumes in the history of Hindu chemistry. He was also elected as the president of Indian Science Congress in 1920. His autobiography means his own life history, he himself wrote, right, was named as The Life and Experiences of a Bengali Chemist, because he belonged to Bengal. It was also published in 2 volumes in 1932 and 1935, and in which he shared his own motivation as a scientist and the changes which were taking place during his lifetime. Now these basically are the glimpses of his books. This is the History of Hindu Chemistry volume 1. This is the inner page. This is the autobiography, life and experiences of a Bengali chemist. So you can imagine that even at that imperial time when India was under the British rule, we had such brilliant scientists such as Prafull Chandra Ray. Now the next scientist, Dr. Panchanan Maheshwari. He was born on 9th November 1904 at Jaipur, Rajasthan. For higher education he went to Even Christian College, which was affiliated to Allahabad University, and in 1931 he completed DSc, which is Doctor of Science in Botany, that is science which deals with plants degree. That is, he completed his Doctor in Science in Botany in 1931 from Even Christian College, Allahabad University. Now to go into the detail of the achievement and the scientific contribution and the life history of Panchanan Maheshwari, let us see some detail. Of course, we know that he was born in Jaipur, Rajasthan, right? He wanted to study medicine, but could not do so because of his weak eyesight. However, he pursued a career in science and secured his BSc while studying at the Even Christian College affiliated to Allahabad University. Dr. Maheshwari was greatly influenced. He was greatly influenced by his teacher Winfield Scott Dujon, a renowned American botanist and the founder president of the Indian Botanical Society. Dujon took Maheshwari on expeditions to collect botanical specimens and taught him the basics of plant morphology. Right, and therefore, because of the influence of Winfield Scott Dujon, he, that is Dr. Panchanan Maheshwari, became interested in botany. Otherwise, he was interested for medicine. Right, so under his guidance, that is under the guidance of Sir Dujon, he became interested and ultimately he completed MSc in 1927 and DSc, that is Doctor of Science in Botany, in 1931 under Dujon's guidance, and studied morphology. Morphology is, that is the external appearance, anatomy internal, and embryology, that is study of embryo of angiosperms. Angiosperms are those plants which are also known as flowering plants. They produce flowers and ultimately they produce seeds, and these seeds are covered seeds. Right, the class of plants which produce flowers, he studied the process of growth in several species of angiosperm and classified them on the basis of their embryological studies. So this was basically in detail. Now, after visiting England and Europe in 1936-37, he joined Dhaka University. Once again, Dhaka is in East Pakistan, that is Bangladesh presently, and he started a new biology department in Dhaka University. After partition in 1947, he was requested by the Eastern Pakistan authorities to continue there in Dhaka University, but he got an offer from Delhi University to head the new department of botany. So after partition, he came to Delhi and he became head of the department of botany in Delhi University. He is called as the father of modern embryology as he invented the technique of test tube fertilization of angiosperms. Therefore, test tube fertilization means that is in lab. In lab, the embryo is taken, that means the pollens are taken and the egg is taken from the male and female, and they are fertilized in the lab itself, and the embryo is formed in the lab itself. That is the test tube fertilization in test tubes. This technique proved of immense help to the plant breeders and opened new avenues in economic and applied botany, because there are many plants, there are many angiosperms which are very rare, which have more economic value, and many of them do not grow easily, and we want to have improved variety of these plants to basically to form a new variety. There is a process which is known as cross hybridization. Now if cross hybridization is not possible, then we basically go into the more scientific techniques of in vitro fertilization or test tube fertilization. Right, so those plants which are having more economical value, if those plants can be easily obtained with which have more quality and quantity, which are of higher quality, which can give more amount of quantity, and therefore those then if they are grown, they can have more economic value, more amount of returns to the grower. Right, so it was of immense help to the cultivators. Right, so let us see further. He taught in Allahabad, Lucknow and Dhaka University. In 1948, he joined Delhi University as head of botany department. He developed the department as globally important center of research in embryology and tissue culture. So he developed the botany department of Delhi University as global research and development center in embryology and tissue culture. Right, so this was a great honor. Right, he is noted chiefly for his invention of technique of test tube fertilization of angiosperm. This invention allowed the creation of new hybrid plants. New hybrid plant means if we wanted a desired quality, right, in one plant, desired qualities of two or more varieties in one plant, that can only be ensured by hybridization. So of new hybrid plant that could not be previously crossbred naturally. So those plant which could not be, the varieties which could not be crossbred naturally. So he invented a technique which was known as test tube fertilization, artificial fertilization of angiosperm, and by which high quality plants could be obtained from this unique technology, new technique. As a head of the department, he also became the chief editor of two magazines, Phytomorphology and the Botanica. The Phytomorphology and the Botanica were first started by Dr. Panchanan Maheshwari from Department of Botany, DU. He was the chief editor of these two journals. He developed techniques to provide artificial nutrition to different parts of flowers for their development. Also, his students were not only from India, he had an international audience. Students from America, Argentina, Australia, they came to work under Dr. Panchanan Maheshwari and to understand his newly developed scientific technique. He was also awarded the Birbal Sahani Medal in 1958 by Indian Botanical Society. He was elected the Fellow of Royal Society in 1965, and he was only the second Indian botanist to receive this honor. Now you can understand his stature. And he ultimately died on 18th May 1966 at an age of just 61 years. Now this is the book he had written, An Introduction to the Embryology of Angiosperm. Right? It is by Dr. Panchanan Maheshwari. So this presentation, I hope, has enriched your knowledge about these two great contemporary Indian scientists, Prafull Chandra Ray and Dr. Panchanan Maheshwari. Thank you.